It is Tuesday. I mess up. It's Wednesday, March 26th. This is the Automotive State of the Union. I'm Paul J. Daly with Kyle Mountsier. Today we're talking about Nissan's big bet, more chargers than gas pumps, and AI in the drive-thru. Big changes to the show. New intro. I got the date wrong, which is some things always stay the same.
The date wrong, I'll give it to you. It was like on a document.
It was wrong in the notes.
We sometimes you got to update the notes, copy paste. It gets
Here's
ahead
the
of
rub.
you.
Here's the rub. I'm the one that started the show notes today.
Oh no!
So I'll own that one. That's one.
Fair.
But this feels like episode 1 and episode 1001 at the exact same time.
Yep.
Yesterday, big announcement.
Yeah, I mean, it was super fun. This show yesterday, we had a bunch of guests. We had Michael Cirillo. I was in studio. If you missed it, go to our LinkedIn, go to our YouTube. It
was a riot.
Go check out. It just is a good look back. I had a ton of fun listening to our 3-minute first episode 00.
Oh, boy.
You can still find that on any podcast platform. A lot of times it'll come up as just the, the trailer or whatever.
Yeah.
But, man, to kind of like rebrand this and say, this is the Automotive State of the Union. This is what's going on. This is the like hot topics. And we always bring in retail. And that's what I love about it, because it's, automotive looking outside of our vertical is a big deal. So you'll get the Automotive State of the Union every day, but you'll also get some insight from what's going on in the rest of the world that you can bring into
little retail, little culture, and most importantly, how they all come together.
That's right. People's
side of the business, et cetera, et cetera. It was you really should go watch it. I mean, we had confetti cannons that were a surprise. And there was a cake. Cirillo, we were all in the studio together. We had balloon things on the wall behind us. We had it was fun. I'm going to go back and watch it because I just got to experience it. Like,
it was so good
while I was in it, and you never really watch it when you experience. The experience was fun.
Yeah.
We also had a lot of fun in the studio filming screen, I don't even know, antics for ASOTU coming up really quickly. I mean, we are under 50 days now. If you haven't checked it out yet, go to ASOTUcon.com. If you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets. They're as cheap as they're going to be. And book your hotel room, because those rooms are like a hair away from being gone in the event space. There's other hotels. A lot of big partnerships are actually still falling into place. We're about to announce soon. But let's just give you a little hint. The people who are pushing the boundaries in this industry are at ASOTUcon. Even the industry partners, they're going to be there exhibiting, learning from dealers, contributing their new technology. You're going to get the inside scoop on what their plans are at ASOTUcon. So I don't know. And Kyle, I may not have, place kicked a microphone into a studio wall.
We may or may not have done that.
I just a random thought. All right. I think it's time to get into some news, huh? All right. This has been a roller coaster. Nissan is trying to shake off doubts about its future by having a major product showcase in Japan, highlighting a wave of new vehicles and a focus on the U.S. market. They're going to release over 10 new and updated vehicles in the U.S. and Canada by early 2027. That's like real soon.
Yeah.
The company plans to cut vehicle development time from 55 months to 37 months for the first model in a family, with later models reduced to just 30 months. The Leaf is transitioning into a crossover, smart move, boasting the new CMF-EV platform, a sleek design, more efficient, low-cost battery. They also teased a rugged EV crossover designed to stand out in a crowded market. The model will be built in Nissan's Mississippi plant as part of a $500 million investment. The Sentra and the Rogue, the good old faithfuls, will both get major updates, with the Rogue gaining plug-in hybrid option.
Wow.
Here's a quote from, how do you say this name? I know the last name.
Guillaume
Cartier.
Yep.
Guillaume Cartier, who's Nissan's chief performance officer. It makes sense. He's the chief performance officer. The U.S., he says, quote, "The U.S. is of critical importance to us, and we want it to grow." So this news coming amidst a whole bunch of mixed emotions around Nissan and stores and what they're doing to dealers.
This
for
news
dealers,
is welcome news, and they've obviously, the last couple months, everything has been about, can we shake up this organization to make it profitable, to make it bring it back into the limelight in the U.S. market. That many new vehicles, I do think every single vehicle manufacturer should be looking at how do they reduce the cycle from in development time.
Yeah, 5 years. 5 years is like
too long. Tech
futuristic.
moves too quickly, right?
Absolutely.
So 37 months. That's like That's maximum in my opinion. So good on there, moving things into the crossover state which is what is purchased the most in the US.
Consumers
right?
are telling us they want.
That's what everybody's telling them they want. And I would also say, like, the fact that Nissan already has a good amount of manufacturing in the US gives them an upper hand in, vehicle production over the next few years when US manufacturing is going to be prioritized. So there could be a rebound here. We'll see.
I mean, we all know, like, product is a big way. Like, great product is a great way to start a rebound.
Yep.
Totally. All right, let's keep talking about making things and infrastructure, etc. California accelerating its EV infrastructure, now boasting, this is wild stat, 48% more EV chargers than gas nozzles. What? According to a recent announcement from Governor Gavin Newsom's office, as EV adoption is surging there, public charging options have nearly doubled in the past year, supporting the state's ambitious goals. There are over 178,000 public EV chargers statewide versus 120,000 gas nozzles. And of that, nearly 17,000 of those are level 3 fast chargers. That's still not a ton. On top of that, California Energy Commission estimates that there are more than 700,000 level 2 chargers installed in single-family homes. 26% of vehicles in California roads in 2023 were plug-in hybrids or full EVs, and $1.4 billion of investment in EV infrastructure has recently been approved. Here is the CEC chair, David Hochschild, saying, quote, the California EV driver experience is getting better by the day.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the like little trick nugget in this one is that only 17,000 of these guys are level 3, which is what it kind of takes to replace a gas nozzle.
Right, you cannot put those together, right? Gas nozzle and a level 2 charger is like
it's
only
a totally different thing.
Only if it's dripping. Like the gas nozzle's like dripping an ounce a minute.
And 3 hours later, I filled up my gas tank, right? Right. So that's it's totally different, but obviously the EV infrastructure there is totally different. The in-home charger, 700,000. What's that as a percentage of the total number of cars on the road? But clearly, when you're looking at 26% of the vehicle sales being some sort of battery-powered vehicle that has plug-in or full EV, you have to have that infrastructure at a center. But yeah, the level 3 charger thing that's where it's like that's when you get the ability to like really, really take the market.
By the way, level 2 charger, Kyle, does not fill your tank in 3 hours.
No, I think it's 8, isn't it?
It's gonna be like 8, 9. Yeah, it depends on what you want. You got to ride my EV yesterday.
I did.
That was so much fun.
Let me just say. And all
it's
the way
F-150
back,
Lightning, by the way.
all the way back to when I first rode in the Leaf that we had in 2011 to now, and being in an F-150 that feels like a sports car when you hit the accelerator, not the gas pedal, the accelerator. It's just fun to drive. It does it's just a universal truth. I don't think you could actually argue like that's not a fun car to drive. I want to know if there's someone out there that's like, no, EVs, they're not fun to get off the line.
No, it's actually so fun. Like, I'm just going to start every time I put have somebody in the car, I'm just going to have the camera rolling because it's surprising. It's surprising, especially when you're in a full size truck, that it's moving that fast. And I also think the fact that the F-150 still looks and feels like an F-150. Right, it's got some extra little bells and whistles in there, but it feels like you're in a good old F-150, right? Most popular car in America. But you get in that thing and it moves fast and it's smooth and it's comfortable and it's fun. I don't know. And you never got to drive it. You'll drive it next time.
No, I'll drive it. It'll be great.
Speaking of driving,
Segway.
The weirdest combined restaurant group in the planet, Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut, all under Yum Brands, are getting a high-tech upgrade. They're partnering with NVIDIA to bring AI voice assistants to over 500 drive-thrus. The goal? A little bit faster service, more accurate orders, and better upselling. Studies show that AI-assisted orders are 29 seconds faster, got to get that time in there, than the industry average, and more than half of Yum Brands' 2024 sales came from digital transactions. Other chains are joining in with McDonald's and Wendy's, rolling out some level of AI ordering. Joe Park, Chief Digital and Technology Officer of Yum Brands, said AI could improve the customer experience because, quote, the The voice AI is always positive, has the right tone of voice, has the right word selection, and can upsell consistently. Todd Kelly, COO of a major Taco Bell franchise group, puts it this way: the voice AI, here it is, doesn't have a bad day. They don't get hungry, and they don't need a cigarette break.
All right, that's amazing. I can imagine that the AI tech is going to sell like a ton of 99-cent items.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Like,
why
and
wouldn't
that's
you?
and
that have high margin,
super high margin. And so I think that's true. I think there's two things that come immediately to mind. Number one, the disparity when you hear the friendly voice of the AI that sounds human now, right? It's gonna sound really good, and then you're gonna get up to the window,
and you'll be like, "Here you go,"
and then you'll be like, "Whatever, whatever." No, and I think it's an opportunity, obviously, for sales, making staff more efficient. I do think that like it's draining for people in the drive-thru to like constantly deal with.
This is one of those repetitive tasks, right? What if the space can be, what would be best is if these restaurants also paired this with better cleaning training, better cooking training, better interaction at the window when you are in that face-to-face interaction.
Focus
and that's
on the
when
other
you can
things.
have the moment of hospitality that you maybe wouldn't have, right? When you're kind of like through the speaker. That's where I think like if Yum Brands was smart, they would they would like remove the requirement to have that low level of interaction and increase the high interaction
high touch stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's where actually we were talking to Steve Greenfield yesterday about how the BDC could
that was
be,
literally the next thing on my
a
mind.
thing of the past, and because of AI interactivity.
Well, he doesn't think it can be. He's saying like it's going to be obsolete in when 3 years from now is what's his. We said what will episode 2000? What are we talking about? He says the BDC will be obsolete. I'm not sure I fully agree with him on that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's fully, but I think the way that it operates today, and when it requires a high level of emotional intelligence or just like intelligence overall,
absolutely,
that would flip to a human, and we're going to be able to focus on in-store training, on the phone interactivity, outbound sales efforts, things that like the human element will really capture the audience.
I'm going to answer one question here in the comments from our last story. Caleb, our friend. One day, my friend, we are going to meet at ASOTUCon. Question: how fast are level 3 chargers compared to gas pumps? A level 3 charger is likely, let's see, a level 2 average charges at about, we'll say 10 kilowatts an hour. Level 3 charger charges anywhere from 150 to 450 kilowatts per hour. So many, many times faster. You can charge from 10% to 90% in most vehicles in about 30 minutes versus a level 2 charger, which would take you about 8 or 9 hours. So a lot faster.
But still a lot slower than a 4-minute gas pump.
Way slower. Good point. Well, there you go. That's the first episode of now the renamed Automotive State of the Union podcast. This is 1001. We're going to go to at least another 1,000 just for the fun of it. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.